Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank y'all so much for joining the live stream again. I really appreciate it. Shout out to the NTZ crew. I see you, Jacob J. I believe Michael Beach of Life is traveling right now. I don't know if he's going to be able to join us or not. He's headed down to Dumagetti. Any new viewers and subscribers watching us for the first time? Of course, there's my old heads. I see you on here, Derek Casanaras. And anybody that's going to catch me on replay, the subject today is, can I live in the Philippines on a tourist visa? And of course, y'all know we talk about other stuff because this is your live stream. Just put it over here, and if I can get to it, I will. The the peso is still hovering around 55 pesos. It's 55.23, which is excellent, guys. If you're over here right now, I do want to say right now that the Philippines, the country's in mourning, okay, behind the killing of Mayor Degamo down in Negros Oriental and also the other 8 victims. So if you're over here right now, kind of keep that in mind, guys. Let's respect, them as they're in mourning, man. This is a national tragedy. And just kind of keep that in mind as you're going about your business in the Philippines, man. I wanted to say that. But I wanted to talk about something real quick. And I'm not going to try to start an argument or anything, but a couple of live streams ago, I was going to talk about, the passport bros being a fad, and it's going to soon play its way out because our attention span is not that long. But all the scenarios have to be played out first. Like, remember, it started out, it was the black women versus black men. Then it was modern women versus Filipinos. Then Filipinos versus black women. And I said there's 2 more scenarios that have to be played out before I believe it's going to die out. And one was white men versus black men and Filipino men versus black men. Well, we're at this point now of white men versus black men, especially over here in the Philippines. There's a couple of vlogs out there now. I'm not going to say anything because they have their right to their opinion. But as a black man staying in the Philippines, I thought I had to say something about it. First, I just think it's too early to form a judgment on this passport movement. Good or bad. It's much too early, guys. There's no need to panic. If you listen to them, they're going to have you thinking that the Philippines is getting ready to be invaded by black men. It's not true. They're weaponizing the term passport bros. They're trying to make it mean something dirty, something nasty. Oh, they're going to come over here, they're going to mess it up for everybody. That's not true, okay? It's not true. If all the shenanigans that been going on since the late 19th century up by Longopo, Subic Bay, English City hasn't messed it up for everybody, what makes you think a handful of young black men, basically over here on their vacation, is going to mess it up? Okay, but it's become a dog whistle issue now. They're sounding the alarm. Now every time somebody says passport bro, it really means black man. Okay, guys, be careful with this. As bloggers, we need to be more responsible because you got thousands of followers and viewers. And when you put this junk out there, it's junk. Okay, it's just a straight out your opinion. You have no facts to back it up. A lot of it's going to stick. Okay, but there's no need to panic. Black men are not invading the Philippines. It's too early to make a judgment on this. See, we thought we had found a sanctuary in the Philippines, which we have. Okay, maybe we were wrong. And we be damned if we're going to let y'all bring that old racist foolishness over here. This is one of the reasons we left America, guys, okay? To get away from that. So I'm going to push back every time I see one of you ignorant bloggers practicing your First Amendment rights, which I respect, but you putting this bullshit out there, okay? What does a passport bro look like? Because on one of the videos, the guy says, oh, I know a few of them. I talked to a few of them. Well, why didn't you bring them on your channel and let them explain to us what it's all about? Instead of you, a white man, sitting there trying to define the passport bro movement. Who's a passport bro? Who isn't? Come on, man. We got to stop this. Okay. And that's all I want to say about that. You know, it's time that we practice rule number 1 over here. Shut the fuck up and mind your own business. Okay. People need to come over here. People can come over here anytime they want, for whatever reason they want. You're not, look, listen to this, and I'm going to go on to the subject. You're only going to see videos like that made by Americans. You don't see them by Australians, Filipinos, British, French, none of that. It's only Americans. We're 4% of the population, but we think we control 100% of the narrative. Okay, but you're wrong about this. Okay, this is all I'm trying to say, guys, you know, because we don't need any more scrutiny than what we have already. So now anytime a black man gets a passport and wants to come to the Philippines, it's unwarranted and it's unneeded scrutiny, guys, that y'all pushing out there. The Philippine government, put this on record, has no problem with the passport bros. Okay, I want you to remember this statement because it's going to go into the other, what we're talking about. The Philippines is trying to attract tourists. They're not trying to run them away. Okay, you spoiled ass, rotten ass, ignorant ass Americans, you got a problem with the passport bro movement, which is just a tiny, tiny movement. That's all I'm saying. It's too early, guys. So yeah. But anyway, guys, let's go on to something else. It just kind of ticked me off because the video came across, and I'm not going to knock him. He has a right to his view, okay? But he's going to tell you who the original passport bros are, and his black history was terrible. That offended me too. Your black history is terrible, guy, okay? You need to talk to somebody. But anyway, let's go on with this. Can I live in the Philippines on a tourist visa? It doesn't matter who it is. You know, because like I said, I don't troll people, but I don't skate around the issue either. I'm going to talk straight to you. As a black man living in the Philippines, I don't appreciate that kind of talk. You have no facts to back it up. And if all that weird shit that's going on up in Angeles City and all those other places hasn't messed it up for everybody, then what do you think a handful of black men coming over here identifying as passport bros is going to do? Because only reason I identify with it because in my view, it's a good thing. Okay, but you ask 10 people and 10 people are going to give you a whole different description of what a passport bro is. Okay, and then, you know, it's a channel that I follow, the Philippine Antics. They sent me a message in my Sunshine Shoulders Messenger of a clip of another vlogger up there in Angeles City, somewhere up there. It says, oh, passport bros is just another name for sex tourism. No, it's not. See, but I told y'all, I warned y'all that they were going to take control of that narrative if we don't. It's not another name for sex tourism. Okay, it's bullshit. And he knows who he is. I don't have anything against these guys. They're using their First Amendment rights. But as a black man, I'm offended. Okay, when y'all talk about stuff like that, oh, they're going to mess up everything for everybody. You weird motherfuckers up there, excuse my language. Y'all done pissed me off with that. But anyway, what's your definition of living in the Philippines? What's your definition of living in the Philippines? Because Some people are going to say, oh, you can't live in the Philippines on a tourist visa. But what's your definition of living in the Philippines? 6 months, 1 year, 3 years, 5 years? What is your definition? Okay, remember, the Philippine government, they're trying to attract tourists. They're not trying to run them away. Some people will tell you, oh, we're abusing that tourist visa system, right? They'll tell you this. They have no idea what they're talking about. When I first started coming over here, guys, the long-term stay visa was only 18 months. Remember I talked about the genius on the planet? The Philippines is no exception. They got genius here. They're saying, okay, we're going to make up in pesos what we can't make up in visitors. So they don't have the big 49 million of visitors like Thailand, 20 million of Malaysia, and all of that, right? So they said, we're just going to double that to 36 months. We will allow you to stay here, which if I stay in a place for 3 years, don't you think, wouldn't you consider that living in the Philippines? And by the way, the only way you could possibly abuse that is if you overstay. If you don't pay the corresponding immigration fees that go along with it. See, remember, let me read it to you. It doesn't seem to bother the Filipino government. Only spoiled expats who have an SRV or another kind of permanent resident visa. They seem to think it's not fair, so they want to make a big deal out of nothing. We're making issues out of non-issues over here. It's all about division, guys. Okay, it shouldn't matter if you got a SRV and I'm on a tourist visa. But what difference does it make? But they're trying to make it mean something when it doesn't. Yeah, so they look at me as, oh, you're abusing the system. The Filipino government has, when I came back from Thailand, that's not the reason they stopped me at the immigration, guys. It was the trumped up charges that these people make. It wasn't, oh, Mr. Roach, you've been here for 3 years, you're leaving for 1 week and you're coming back. You're abusing the system. They never said that. So technically, yeah, you can. Because I haven't been able to find any limit on how many times we can use the tourist visa. I mean, I've only used it once, you know, the run for the border, right? That's all. I know when I was in Thailand, they changed it from 30 days to 45 days. Now, somebody correct me if I'm wrong. And then after your 45 days, you can ask for another 45 days. But then you got to run for the border, and they limit that to 2 times a year, okay, unless you come up with some type of visa. Bruce had a visa over there. He was giving me some information on that. Okay, but they can afford to do that. They got 49 million tourists coming in and out of their country every year. The Philippines only has 8 million. So yeah, technically, you can live here on a tourist visa. The only people who have a problem with it are Americans. We're the only ones who have a problem with it. We're always in somebody's business. We think we run the world. We don't. See what I'm saying? As long as you follow, like he said, Eddie Sanders said, as long as you follow the visa requirements, like leaving and then coming back, I doubt they care. They really don't care. They use it to raise billions and billions of pesos every year. Okay? They're not going to turn that money away. This economy really needs that money, especially when you look at what the lockdowns and the pandemic did to this place. But this was going on before because there's genius over here. As long as you paying them fees, you're going to be okay. Now, what is the long-term stay visa? Well, for non-visa foreign nationals like me, I'm an American. I don't need a visa to come here. I can stay 36 months consecutively. If you are a visa required foreign national, you get 24 months consecutively. Okay? Then you can leave the country for 24 hours come back and start that all over again. Okay. Now, some people have a problem with that. Only Americans seem to have a problem with that. Nobody else has a problem. You're not going to see a British man making a video about that. You're not going to see somebody from Australia or anywhere else but America, because we think we can come into another country and tell them what to do. I'm sorry, but you can't. So yeah, technically you can, because that's what I'm doing. And then they start talking about taxes. Well, you're not paying any taxes either. I don't work in the Philippines. I work from the Philippines. If you consider what I do work, because I get a 1099 from YouTube. I file taxes in my country. I'm working remotely from here. But they're the ones who want to rattle the cage and tell the Philippine authorities, hey, look at these guys over here. Philippines has no problem with it, guys, okay? This is what pisses me off, guys. We're our own problem over here. It's not the Filipino people. They welcome you over here. It's these expat police. You know, they disguise themselves as, oh, I'm not racist. And every other word he uses, Black American, African American, you know, and every word you're saying, you have no facts to back it up. He said he heard that some people in the government were saying we were abusing the system. You're a damn lie, man. Come on. Hey, Marty McFly says, right on, Cal. We Americans, we always think that we rule the world. We do, and they're doing the same thing over here. Okay? We want to make an issue out of a non-issue. All right? They wouldn't have come up with that tourist visa and the parameters around it if they wasn't trying to keep you here. Okay? Now, I don't know about anybody else, but if I stay in a place for 3 years, I'm living there. Right? Even a year. It's like, but these guys, you know, they get on there. Yeah, it's 3 years again, or 2 years, whichever one. If you're a non-visa foreign national, like most Western countries are, it's 3 years, and you come back and start over again, like I'm doing now. And then after my 3 years, I leave out and come back. Nobody's going to stop me as long as I'm paying those fees, because that's what it's all about, guys. They want to bring tourists in here. They're not trying to run you away. These other guys are trying to run you away. They think that this is their paradise. Oh, you're going to mess it up for everybody, they say. Well, if all them biker gangs and pedophiles and sex pets and all that up there, up north, Longer Pole, Subic Bay, Angeles City, hasn't messed it up for everybody, we're certainly not going to mess it up. See, yeah, they rung my bell with this. I mean, because there's no need to make videos like that. Of course, they use the passport, bro, to get views, but you got to come up with better content than that. I mean, it's a fad, guys. Trust me, it's going to run its course. Our attention span is not that long, but it's got to go through the stages. It's got to go through the cycles. We're at the cycle of the white man versus the black man. The next one is the Filipino versus the black man, but that may never happen unless somebody throws some bullshit out there that says, oh, black men said this about Filipinos, because that's how it all started to begin with. Somebody manufactured something that said black women are upset with black men for getting their passports leaving the country. That's not true, guys. Okay? Hey, what's up, Mr. Private Brain? Billy says, why would someone move from a tourist to an SRV visa? Is there a benefit? Absolutely, there's a benefit. With an SRV, you can work. Okay, here, you can actually work here in the Philippines. You can go to school here. You can start a business here. You got multiple in and out. But during the lockdowns, that didn't even help you come in and out. See, most people get that SRV. That's the only reason they get it. They don't exercise those other benefits, Billy. They just don't want to be locked out again. And some people use it as to divide us. To say, oh, I'm better than you, I got an SRV. You're abusing the system on the tourist visa, but you're not. That's That's not even true, guys. That's a lie. I think the Philippine government knows a whole lot more about their immigration policies than we do. But we're Americans, guys. That's all we are. We're Americans, and we think we run everything. So they come over here and they make those kind of statements. Rule number one, shut the fuck up and mind your own business. Don't be worrying about why I'm over here and what I'm doing over here. Mind your own business. Johnny S says, we Americans bullies of the planet. Absolutely, man. You know, it's just, yeah. He says, I wonder why Thailand and Philippines are always compared. True. I don't either. That's a good question. The same question I said. I said, well, why don't they compare it with Vietnam or Singapore or something? That's right. The Filipino, they make the rules. But when you get people who have these massive followings, guys, and they're throwing out this fake news, it's fake news. Black men are not invading the Philippines. Black men travel internationally less than anybody else. Okay, they're trying to blame. Now they're saying they're using it as a dog whistle now. When they say passport, bro, they really mean black men. Okay, in a lot of growing circles, guys, they've taken that, they're trying to take control of that narrative. Go in there, even go into my video, in my community page, where I said, if you believe some of these vloggers, you think the Philippines is getting ready to be invaded by black men, right? Look at the comments, and you're gonna see, well, as long as they don't bring all that, the stereotypical behavior over here. Okay. But another thing that offended me, his black history was terrible. And he's shocked that some of the Buffalo soldiers, left and to fight and fought with the Filipinos against the American forces. He seemed to think, because they heard the American soldiers calling Filipinos the N-word. Dude, your history's messed up. You don't even imagine. You can't even imagine what life was like for a black man in 1899 in the United States of America. They had a whole lot of other reasons to go over there. Try, when they got home, getting hung from trees if they were caught with their uniforms on. Yeah, those are facts. I don't know what he's talking about. Yeah, and see, here's another thing. And I'm glad you brought this up, Jim, because you reminded me of something. They only talk about these visas from a Western perspective. They don't realize that we're a tiny part. We're like maybe 20% or less of the tourists over here. They're not talking about the Chinese. They're not talking about the South Koreans, which are the top two over here. Then America, then Japan, then Australia, Taiwanese. They're not talking about them. They only point the finger at you as an American. See, they know very little what they're talking about. It's dangerous when you throw that information out there like that, though, when you got thousands of people watching your videos. So here's a white man that's going to sit up there and define, number one, what the passport movement is or it isn't. Number two, who's a passport bro and who's not. Man, you need to sit down. Really, you really need to sit down. That's really. I like that. Yeah, man your own business, man. Stay in your own lane. I don't care why the man is here. Long as you don't violate the rights of the Filipino or me over here, and you follow the law. I don't care how long you stay over here, what kind of visa you've got and all of that. But they bring that stuff over here, man. And, as a black man living over here, I don't need the added scrutiny. It's bullshit. It's unwarranted. We haven't done anything to deserve it, okay? Other than them saying that stuff out there. I used to be friends with this guy on Facebook, man. So I saw some of his cringy posts. I'm out of here, man. I can't be friends with you, dude. Crazy. All that foolishness. Philippine government don't have a problem with passport bros. You do. Filipino government doesn't have a problem with me staying here for 3 years, leaving for 1 day and coming back. You have a problem with that. And that's my rant, guys. Yeah, they got me hot, man. I'm like, man, y'all need to be more responsible. He says, Mr. Mo says, all we need to go to the Philippines is a passport and the vaccinated, correct? Oh, you don't even have to be vaccinated now. But if you don't have the vaccine, you have to have that antigen, a negative antigen or RT-PCR test 24 hours prior to your departure. You don't even have to do the quarantine anymore. Philippines is opened up, man. They're welcoming people. They're not pushing you away. If you listen to these guys, they're saying, oh, we don't want you over here. No, you don't want me over here. The Filipino people don't have a problem with black man, passport bro, or none of that. Passport Joes, they have no problem with that. But you go into that video and you go in the comments and you'll see the damage that he's doing. And people like him when they put out videos like that. That's just free speech, man. But I didn't buy it on no level. It's unwarranted, man. We don't need that kind of stuff over here. We're trying to come together over here. He's trying to divide us with that foolishness, man. Every black man is not a passport bro, okay? What does a passport bro look like? Because he claimed, oh, I seen a few of them. I talked to a few of them. Are you sure? Well, what do they look like? It's a dog whistle. They're sounding the alarm when they say passport bro. They're trying to make it mean black man, guys. Trust me. I'm warning you. We don't need that scrutiny anymore. That's why we came over here to escape that bullshit, man. Don't come around me with it, because I'm going to push back on it every single time. Because you lying. There's no truth in that. You're welcome here, guys. Come over here as much as you want, long as you don't violate the rights of the Filipino or your fellow man, and you follow the law. Other than that, man, these guys are crazy. Hey, Jack, congratulations. I'll be at that wedding. Thanks for that super chat. He said, respect to you, my friends. He said, opinions are like those of some, do not reflect most of us. I know, but as a black man living here, Jack, I have to push back on that. I have to push back on what he's saying, man, because it affects me. I don't want to be going nowhere and people looking at me like I'm a sex pat and all that stuff, man, when I'm not. They got another guy out there, a passport bro. It's just another word for sex tourism. Who the hell are you to define what the passport bro means? And who's a passport bro and who's not? See, we all need to push back on this. Thank you, Adventure Sinker, for that super sticker. I don't really get upset a lot, but yeah, that video upset me. And then his history. His black history was terrible. You should be shocked that more black men didn't come over to the Philippine side and fight the Americans. Okay, fight against the Americans, because they had to fight the Americans when they got home. So I guess David Fagan and all them people was like, well, hell, I might as well fight them over here. You know, that's what you should have been shocked about. And I can guarantee you, I don't know where you get your facts. There had to have been more than 15. He says only 15 Buffalo soldiers that went over there. Bullshit. No, I'm not going to ignore them. See, that's what I ignore. Trolls. These guys aren't trolls. These guys are responsible YouTube vloggers over here who put out good content on a regular basis, and I respect them. But when they bring out stuff like this, well, I know it's going to get out there and influence the wrong people. I got to push back, man. Yeah, Mitch, he said, do I look like a passport bro? No, because you're white. It's a dog whistle. It means black now. Oh, he's a passport bro. I seen now everybody's a passport bro. If you black, they're saying you're a passport bro, guys. We got to push back. because then they're going to say they're weaponizing the term passport bro. They're making it mean something bad. So then they're going to say, not only is it bad, but it's associated with black men. We're tired of that. Okay. That's why we came over here. Okay. I'm sorry, but we're not the most popular people in America, by the way. So yeah, we're coming over here for more than just women. But yeah, I'm gonna push back on that at every turn. And if he wants to come on my channel, and if he wants to debate me, I'll go on his channel. I tell him every day and twice on Sunday, you wrong for putting that kind of stuff out there. You have no facts to back it up. It's certainly not true. This passport bro thing is a fad. It's going to pass as soon as everything plays itself out. Our attention span is not that long. Okay. But black men traveling around the world is not going to pass. That's why it's dangerous. So now every time they see a black man, oh, he's coming over here. He's the boogeyman. See, no, I'm pushing back on that. King Arthur, thanks for that super chat. He says, as a black man, I just consider myself as a black man with a passport. Absolutely. But he's going to label you a passport bro. Yeah, silence is consent. I'm not going to be silent. I just think it's, we don't need that, man. Yeah, that dog whistle's dangerous. And they know what they're doing. It has nothing to do with sex tourism. Like every man, because it's about division, guys. They're telling you that they're over here for a different reason than you, because now they're married to Filipinas. They have these fancy visas and they've got homes and stuff like that. You came over here for the same reason everybody else did. I'll argue with you about that, because you're certainly not married to a man. You're married to a woman over here. But it's all about division, guys. And we're trying to come together over here. It's just a label. Yeah, that's all it is. It is sad to see us being divided again. But you got a white man standing up there on camera. This is how arrogant we as Americans are. He's a white man. He's going to define what the passport bro movement is. Well, it's not. Who's a passport bro? Who's not? Dude, you going too far, man. You need to shut the fuck up and sit down somewhere. Yeah, that's right. That's what I'm saying, Jack. This is what I'm saying. Philippines ain't no problem with you. They want you to come over here. They're welcoming you. That's why I'm still here. Nobody's coming around checking my passport. How long you been here, Mr. Roach? You're abusing the system. No, I'm over here doing everything that the Philippine government asked me to do and more. Okay, I'm an exemplary tourist visitor over here, okay? He said my passport is blue. That's right, that's right. Yeah, we're gonna lock arms, man. That's what I do over here. But now, the sky is falling. They put out a sky is falling video because the passport brothers are coming. The passport brothers are coming. Like you're supposed to be scared. Okay, they're going to mess it up for everybody. Yeah, right. You don't know the history of America and of foreigners over here. Hell, since 1899. Shit we doing. Yeah, enough with the labels, man. Well, it's, but you have to understand, you're hitting on something right here, Thomas. He's an individual. Just, judge me on my character. Don't lump me in with everybody else. Because, see, I've been living that way my whole life. That's why I enjoy it over here in the Philippines. Every day I'm compared to the Hitlers of my race. When they see me, they see the worst in black people. It's not, he's an individual, or this is an isolated case. When all that crack and stuff was going on, every black man was a crack dealer. Every black man is a thug. Now every black man is a passport bro because they've stuck a negative label on it. See, I'm not going to I'm not going to walk on eggshells. I'm going to tell you exactly how I feel. I don't care if you agree or not. Yeah. No. I ignore trolls, Johnny S. Okay? But responsible vloggers who are earning money on YouTube, who have thousands of followers, when they put some bullshit out there like that, I got to push back because I live here. The Squatty Man says, great topic. Hit the thumbs up so the message gets out. Yeah, guys, you know. Gerald Wilkins says, I've traveled and lived in Germany, England, Saudi Arabia, Holland, France, Spain, Iceland, Mexico, and other countries since 1977. Bravo, brother. You know, we just have to be more responsible when we put that kind of stuff out there, guys. It's too early. I just learned about the passport movement last year, maybe 6 months ago. I've been traveling, if you count my time in the service, hell, since 1981. If you just count my time as a citizen, 2006. Yeah, folks say it's sad, but it keeps happening. And then he's gonna look in the camera and say, you're abusing the tourist visa. And I'm like, well, who are you? Are you an authority of the Philippines? Do you work for immigration? But see, they'll get mad. They're the ones rattling the cage. They're the ones that are pointing to you and saying to the immigration, hey, look at him. He's been over here for 3 years already. Don't you think he's abusing the system? No. The Filipino says, you're welcome here. We want you here. That's why we doubled the time you can stay here from 18 months to 36 months, guys. This is facts. That's not opinion. It's genius. They knew it's going to raise the much needed billions and billions of pesos over here for this economy. Okay? They don't have a problem with it. They don't have a problem with passport bros. But these spoiled Americans entitled who think they run every damn thing, okay? These are the ones that have a problem. These are the ones that had me in front of the Philippine authorities, lying on me. These Westerners over there, Americans, Canadians. It wasn't Filipinos. It wasn't British people, man. They don't have a problem with me. But they want to put it up over there that, oh, I'm exploiting women and see what they say about black men and I'm human trafficking. Me. Oh, man. They were crazy, guys. Well, you know, this is your definition, Vince, because you can ask 10 people, what's a passport bro? And you're going to get 10 answers. Okay, he says the passport bro thing is just a movement of men from different countries frustrated with women after the pandemic, so they got their passport. I don't associate as a passport bro. I got mine in 2012. But it shouldn't matter. If they want to call themselves a passport bro, let them do it. But what the enemy does, he lumps all black men into that. Okay, he says, oh, you're all passport bros, whether we are or not. It's only a small fraction of black men that even identify, and they're like my children or my grandchildren. I'm just saying it's too early to place judgment on this little group of men who are exercising their right to travel, no matter what it is. If it's the women, if it's the financial situation, if it's the racism, whatever it is, niggerism, because that was part of the reason I left too. Let me be honest. Tony Townsend says, hey, Cal, did you hear the news about the DOJ investigation into the Louisville Police Department? I didn't, but I have to say it's about time. That's another reason. Thanks, Tony, for bringing that up. That's another reason I left America, okay? Y'all know my story. The SWAT team busted in my door. They should have been investigating them back in 2004 when they knocked my door down and terrorized my family. I'm saying, hell, it's 25 years too late. Yeah, man, we're going to get these guys. We can't let them get away with spreading that bullshit, that divisive teachings. And that's who they are. Go on their Facebook. You're going to see that's who they are. How the hell you're going to have a Trump supporter? And I don't care who you vote for, it's your right. But you got a Trump supporter, you're going to try to define what the passport bro movement is. Okay. It's like a Nazi trying to define what a Jewish person is. Same thing. Hey, thanks, Hybrid 711. He says, anybody black, their goal is to make it negative. But I warned y'all it was coming. I said, look, guys, let's get our stories out there. Let's make it a little bit more, even if we do have that small percentage of guys who are sex pats, because, I don't know who people are when they come over here. I don't know why they're coming. But the guys who know for a fact that that's not who I am, and that's not who I stand for, then this is the ones that need to be getting their stories out. People like you, Vince, even though you don't identify as a passport bro, because it's a dog whistle now. He knows. He knows. I know a few of them. I saw a few of them. Well, how are you going to know what a passport bro looks like, mister? I saw a few. You ain't saw a damn thing. You lying. So what does a passport bro look like, sir? Tell us so we'll all know. Yeah, Philippine Annex Expat Help. And I follow this channel, man. I told them they had a lot of potential when they first started. He said, Calvin's absolutely right. He keeps it real. That's right, man. We don't need to be dividing any damn body, man. But that's what they're doing. Then they'll tell you, oh, man, you're abusing the system over here. A system that they have no idea. They didn't invent. They're not lawyers. They're not immigration specialists. But they're going to look at somebody like me and say, you know what? You're abusing the system over there. Okay. So if I stay here 30 days and leave for one day and come back and keep doing that, do you really think the Philippine government is going to blacklist me? Because that's what he said. He said, oh, they're going to eventually change the system. They're going to mess it up for everybody, and they're going to change the system, and then they're going to leave to go on their visa run, and when they come back, they're not going to be able to get in, and they're going to leave their family and children over here to suffer. Guys, if that's not Trump with all that foolishness, man, oh my God. That's what he said. That's what came out of his mouth. He said that we're going to abuse the system so much that the Philippine government's going to change it, not realizing they changed it to begin with to make it longer, for you to stay over here longer so you can generate more income for the country. They need it. It's a genius thing that they did. Yeah, most of us over here for legitimate reasons, but they want you to think that they're talking to us from some spiritual hilltop. They're better than you. Oh, we didn't come over here for what you did. And by the way, we've got a SRV. Who gives a damn? That's your choice you made. You spent $1,500 and get you. We're all not in that situation where we can do that. I can't apply for it. I'm honorably discharged, but I can't apply for it because I don't have a pension. Yeah, he don't know squat. Yeah, but it's true, Gerald. You're welcome. He said, thank you for having the guts to call the divine mess out. That's all it is. They're saying this is our paradise. We don't want y'all over here. Well, we don't want you over here either if that's the case. If you don't like me, I don't like you. So just stay away from me. And that can be it. But don't be putting out that bullshit over here, man. It's not true. Filipino people are some of the most welcoming people in the world. If not, I've never felt more welcome than I do here, even in my own country. And I don't care why they welcome me. I'm just telling you. So for somebody to sit there and try to put them on alert, all the passport bros are coming. Yeah, but the pedophiles are already here. All them old biker gangs and dopers and sex pets and all, they're already here. They've been here for 200 years, man. So now all of a sudden, you know, the Philippines needs to be worried. Y'all crazy, man. You know, I'm gonna help anybody. I don't care what color you are. Majority of people that stayed with me have been white because I don't care about that stuff, man. I'm in the fourth quarter of my life. Okay, you think I really care about your color of your skin? I already know it has nothing to do with who you are. I know it has a lot to do with your character. Hey, Jack, thanks for that super chat. Said, Cal sent you my number. Please call me today. Okay, I will. I'm sorry. I actually saw it, but I don't have the load to call you. But I'll get a load. Okay. Because I know you're getting, let's see, not next week. That would be a week after, which would be on a Monday. Wow. Auto Ordinary says, yeah, knowing damn well that they're going here for the same damn thing. We all are for the most part. Yeah. So, but they're going to say, oh, they're talking to you from a spiritual hilltop now. Oh, yeah, I've been, I've got an SRV and you don't. And I'm doing the right thing and you're not. You know, they're married to women, by the way. They're married to Filipinos, by the way. They're not married to men. They didn't bring their American husband over here. They came over here and met their wife. I met her online or whatever it is. Mike Dawsonville said, that's the reason we like you, Cal. You tell it like it is. You're exactly right. Well, thank you, man. That's all I'm going to do. But I normally don't get on here and rant like I am today, but this guy's a responsible vlogger. He's got thousands of followers. And everything he said was his opinion only. And I didn't agree with none of it on no level. So this is just my opinion. If he wants me to come on his channel and debate him, or he wants to come on here and debate me about that subject, then come on. But you are in no position, sir, to tell me whether or not I'm a passport bro, number one, and whether or not I'm abusing the system over here. You're in no position to say that. That's how arrogant you are, and Americans like you. We come over here, we think we run every damn thing. You don't run nothing. Sit down and shut up. Hey, thanks, Jack, for the super chat. Okay, he said no need to load. You can call on WhatsApp. Same number if you have that. Okay, yeah, I'll do that too. Right after my live stream. No. He said, Cal, I didn't know you had an issue with load. What is the cost of necessary load? How much data minutes? I don't have a problem. It's just that I've got Wi-Fi here. So most of the time, I can't just pick up my phone and dial out. Okay, on my phone. I've got Wi-Fi. So what I'll do is I will buy like a load just so when I'm outside. And this is what I would suggest you do too. Because a friend of mine, he bought a new phone yesterday, and I said, don't forget to have them, put a load on the SIM card of the new card. Because when you're out there, then you may need to make a call. And then there's so many different plans you can buy. Some of them is only video. Some of them is a combination where you can make calls to unlimited numbers, meaning any other provider, because that's what gets us in trouble. This is why I'm against you giving your number to a woman. Now let her give you her number, because if you give her your number, she may have Globe and you may have Smart. She's not going to be able to call you, more than likely, and more than likely she may not even have the money. Yeah, Haywood Robinson said the word Passport Brothers wasn't around when you first came to the Philippines. I know, it just came out, guys, but my point is, it's too early to form a judgment on these young men. You know, it's not a lot of them coming over here. I haven't met one. He said he saw some. This is what piqued my interest. I saw some, he said. Well, what do they look like? How do you know that they were passport bros? He said he saw some. And that's what made me say, well, the antennas went up. I was like, well, what the hell does a passport bro look like, dude? Since you saw a few, and he said he talked to a few. Well, wouldn't it have made sense for you to bring them on your channel, you know, and let them explain what a passport bro is and what it isn't, who is and who isn't a passport bro, instead of you. Hey, Robert Lee Avery Hart said, Calvin, I like your vlog. You say and tell things from your experiences and life's journey. A Texan from America like your channel. Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate your support. I just give you my boots on the ground experience, guys. It's just my perspective. One perspective. It's not the gospel. It's not the Bible. It's just my perspective. So I'm saying, okay, I'm just a regular Joe like everybody else. Here's what you can expect over here. Now, whether your experience is going to be the same as mine or not, no, but I just don't want you to be blindsided. So I'll say things like, man, you know, you have to have patience over here in the Philippines because nobody's in a hurry over here. Or I'll say things like, the only people that's in a hurry over here is that woman to get you to sign that visa or get married or make a commitment. See, and I know that's a fact, not just with me, but a lot of people that I deal with. You know, like I did the video yesterday, you know, anything that you do, people are going to push back on it. And that's okay. That's their right to do it. But when I give you a video that says there's some benefits and risk of dating an older man, well, why would you push back on that when you know that to be true? You know, there's pros and cons to everything, right? And a young woman over here, if she's 25 and he's 70, she's going to go through some stuff that she's not going to share with the rest of the world, probably. You know, and then guys thought I was trying to be funny. No, some of these guys need the woman to change their diaper and everything over here. And some of them are, you know, are to the point where this woman basically has to do everything for them. And I know she's thinking, I didn't get into this. I didn't come into this relationship for this. Is it worth it? Is a hot shower or sleeping on a real mattress or air conditioning, is it worth what I've got to put up with? You know, he can't get it up. You know, I've got to sit there and basically beat him to death to get him just there for a minute. I can't get no satisfaction. You know, you don't think women are really thinking like that over here, guys, then you don't know nothing about life then. Hey, Hybrid 711, thanks for the super chase. A correction, anybody or anything black, their goal is to make it negative. And see, we know that not to be a fact. So that's why anytime somebody puts out some bullshit like that, I have to say something about it, man. You know, it's just a fact. If anybody didn't realize it, not Tuesday, because that was a panel, but Sunday, remember I was going to address this. I changed the name of my live stream from, I was going to address this passport thing, but I changed it to Sunshine Shoulders Questions and Answers, because I said it's just a fad, guys. It's going to pass once all the scenarios play out. And I named the scenarios. It started out with black women versus black men. Y'all know. Okay, then it was modern women versus Filipinas, then Filipinas versus black men. Now, if you go back on that blog, that live stream, you're going to see, I say there's only two things left. White man versus black man and Filipino man versus black man, which I don't think the Filipino man versus black man is going to ever happen unless they throw something out there that says all black men think this way about Filipino men. or whatever it is, to get them riled up, because that's how it all started. That's how all this pushback against the passport bros started, with he say, she say stuff. Okay? That's all I'm saying. So now we've arrived at the white man versus the black man. I'm talking about in the Philippines. I don't know what's going on anywhere else. It's two vloggers over here with thousands and thousands of followers. They're saying that they're trying to define the passport bro movement. I'm saying they're out of line. You're wrong about that. It's too early to judge it. Every black man is not a passport bro. We don't identify as a passport bro. And who are you to say it's sex tourism? You're not in a position to say that. I mean, if anybody can voice their opinion, but opinions are like assholes, man. So we all got them. Hey, what's going on? Thanks, David asked for the super chase. Big bro cow, this needs to be said. This tactics have been used to condemn black men for ages. This needs to stop. Thanks for addressing this issue. That's all I'm doing. I never would have talked about this, but I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming, man. They're using that as an excuse to tell you they don't want you over here. Well, just stay away from me. But you can't stop me from coming over here. You can't do it. And everybody knows you because it's who you are for real. You're not just making this up for content, because you know how to create content. This is coming from your heart and your mind. You really feel that way. I saw a few of them. Man, it pissed me off, bro, when you said that. What does a passport bro look like? Tell me so I know. Hey, Michael Alexander, thanks for that super check. Said we support you, brother. I'm just trying to clear the minefield, man. So when brothers come over here, they can feel comfortable. The Filipino people have no problem with you, man, okay? They don't have a problem with passport bros, but they do. But the Filipino people don't have a problem with the passport bros, or anybody for that matter. They want you to come here. They welcome you here. Just don't violate the rights of Filipinos or your fellow man, and follow the damn law. Don't break the laws over here. You're not bigger than the rules. But as far as, oh, the passport bros are coming, the passport bros are coming, you know, like, what's the guy who did that? Paul Revere. You know, you're crying wolf, man, on the passport bros over here. They're not doing all that you say they're doing. They're not making all that trouble that you say they're making. They're not that big of a threat. Okay? If those weirdos up there in Subic Bay, Olongapo, Angeles City hasn't messed it up, and the Philippines hasn't shut us out of here based on what they've done, what makes you think a handful of black men who identify as passport bros is going to do? Most of them are young. Most of them here are out of curiosity, because they're not living here. They don't have the money to live here, or on vacation. Hey, Alan Clan, thanks for that super chat. He says, Sunshine, keep up the great topics and hope to see you when we come back in a few months. We have to have dinner. Oh, absolutely, Alan. And this is my buddy. He came to my house before. We actually, did I eat dinner with you over there at Mahawani, Alan? Or did I just meet you and your wife? This guy, he's got, what's those cars by that Elon Musk makes? My man done went blank. Tesla? He's got 2 Teslas. A moments with Mitch says, I just want out of the rat race and a chance of being part of a family. Is that asking too much, man? It's not. But when you got people over trying to divide you, go back and look at them comments, man. You know, you're going to see we got to be responsible. We can't put that out there like that, man. Especially you're not backing it up with no facts. Yeah, but see, sometimes you got to go low with them. I'm not from that school, see, because that hasn't gotten us anywhere, Alan Turner. You know, that's what keeps all that foolishness out there. See, sometimes you got to go low. Sometimes you got to hit them in the damn mouth. You know. Hey, Alec Jacobs, he says, see you in December, Cal. Okay, brother. John Gomez says, Cal, the Filipino people are not stupid. they will realize what's right or wrong. Yeah, I'm just trying to clear the minefield, John. That's all. So that when guys come over here, they don't feel embarrassed. You know, I'm putting it out there. The Filipino people don't care about that passport bro stuff. They know it's just a small fraction of people who come over here. What about the Chinese? Why don't he do a video on the Chinese or the South Koreans? You know, how all of a sudden you know so much about the passport bro, a new movement, but you know nothing about the Chinese who've been coming over for thousands of years, and the South Koreans who are the #1 group of tourists who come in here. If you've been living in the Philippines so long, how do you know so much about the passport bro movement? I don't get that, man. You don't know shit about it. You're making that stuff up. So that's why I'm pushing back. What's up, Pooh Bear? You know, I'm living over here, man. I'm telling you what I'm seeing, what I'm living, what I'm experiencing. I call it, you know, the nitty gritty. They don't have a problem with black people over here, or white people, blue people. Okay, they're trying to get more people to come here and discover this great country. They're not trying to push anybody away. Same with the tourist visa. They're saying we're abusing it. I'm pushing back and saying you're a lie. Show me where it says we're abusing it. Show me where it says you got a limited amount of times you can stay here for 3 years, leave and come back. Yeah, I'm with you, man. Sometimes you gotta go low with them. That's the reason they get away with this stuff. We can't shame these people. You can't shame them. You know, sometimes you gotta hit them in the damn mouth. Just stay away from me. That's all I'm saying. Oh yeah, we did have dinner because I forgot. Yeah, you couldn't eat all that ribs. Yeah, there's some good ribs over there, though, right, Alan? Yeah, well, you know, this is the facts. But if they have anything to do with it, they're rattling the cage, Pooh Bear. They're saying, Pew Bear, I'm sorry. Here they come, here they come. They're going to be trouble. Not realizing all the riffraff that goes on up there where he lives. I mean, really, it's been going on since 1899. There is no history. The passport bros have very little history that you can point to and say they're trouble. It's too early. So they're making this stuff up. Oh, it's sex tourism. They're going to come over here and get women pregnant and leave them. Look at all the cringy comments, guys. It's crazy. He says, I've seen many interviews with the Filipino people that said that Black Americans are some of the most kind and generous expats there. I hear more about white Americans feeling entitled there. That's right. LA Detroit says sometimes you got to check that chin. That's right. You know, I'm not going to sit over here. I got a platform. I'm supposed to just let what he says go past and don't say anything. I've got a responsibility too. I don't speak for all black people. I speak for myself. He offended me because his black history was terrible. That offended me. Talking about the reason David Fagan jumped on the other side because he heard the American soldiers calling the Filipinos the N-word. You think that's all it was, man? You're delusional. No, because here's the thing, guys. I don't want to cause trouble for people. That's not what I'm on here. I'm just responding because they have the right to their opinion. I think that YouTubers over here, we're a community. Okay? But I'm saying he knows who he is. And if he wants to come on my channel, wants me to bring me on his channel, we can do it. But no, see, y'all just want, see, I'm not a troll. I'm not going to send everybody to his channel so he can, trust me, man. There's people on here who saw that video. They know what I'm talking about. I don't have to prove it to you. I don't want trouble for him. I'm just saying, stop it. I'm just responding and saying, look, man, you can't say that. And I'm sitting right over here in the Philippines and don't think I'm going to say anything. Jeff Wolfinger says, if you are considering coming to the Philippines, please know that those racism rants of a few are not shared by most foreigners and Filipinos here at all. I would gladly buy anyone a coffee and learn about you. Absolutely. This is the point I'm making, Jack. But when you got thousands of people following you, all you have to do is influence one person wrong. And then they're going to come over here. It's going to be a domino effect. Everybody they come in contact with, it's going to be a bad influence. It's going to be a bad, interaction. We don't want that. We're 8,000 miles from home. We should come together over here, because I want to tell him that if something ever goes wrong, who do you think you're going to come to help you? Well, I do care. I do care, because it's that same old dog whistle all over again. And I knew it was coming. I told you it was coming, and it's not done. Because, when it's the white against the black, they're not going to let it go until they squeeze every little bit out of it they can. You're going to see more videos like, knocking the passport bros who've only been in the Philippines, a couple of weeks, maybe a couple of months. But all of a sudden, the sky's falling? No. I do care, because it's that same old machine rearing up again. The reason I'm here, guys, I don't want to deal with that ever again. That's why I'm so adamant about it. Why I'm so passionate about it today. I came over here to escape that bullshit, man. Don't bring it over here. We're not going to tolerate it. If you don't want to deal with us, stay somewhere else. But you're not going to keep on with that, putting that foolishness out here. Who the hell are you? Going to define what the passport bro movement is. Who's a passport bro? Yeah, you arrogant as hell, man. You arrogant as hell. Hey, David S., thanks for that super chat. He says, gentlemen and ladies, please hit the like button. And I'm pretty sure one of his cronies and already alerted him. I don't care. He can come on here and debate me about this. You know nothing about the passport bros. Why don't you know so much about the Chinese? They've been here for thousands of years. The South Koreans. No, but you want to take the passport bros because you're going to get hits on that. See? And spread all that bullshit, man. These young guys ain't doing nothing over here. Nothing that you've never seen before, and you know it. Especially if you're up there, up north, Angeles City, along with Subic Bay. Come on, guys. This is what makes me mad. Hey, Market Focus says, thanks for your hospitality when I was in St. Carlos, my brother. Unfortunately, I'm back in the Matrix in a few days. Hey, man, you're welcome. And I appreciate you, brother. Anytime. That's the example I'm setting over here. Yeah, okay, the only way you can abuse a visa over here is if you don't pay the corresponding fees that go along with extending that visa. That's the only way you would be, overstaying, abusing the system. Is if, okay, they let me in the country. Now, after my 30 days, if I don't extend, and I just stay here for years, because I know guys here like that. They messaged me and said, Cal, what do I have to do? I said, man, you're going to have to come up with some money. You have to stay hidden over here. But that's the only way you can abuse it. The Philippines that's the only way they'll tell you can abuse it. Remember, I'm not a lawyer. But he's going to try to convince you that you're abusing the system and the Filipino government has a problem with it. He's lying. They're the ones who extended it in the first place. Okay? This is what I want you to know. It used to be 18 months, guys. The government said, no, we're going to make up in fees what we can't generate with volume of tourists. This is what they're doing. It's genius on their part. You think they're going to mess it up because you got a white guy up there in wherever he is that doesn't like people staying over here. He seems like it's unfair to him. Well, you're in the Philippines. You're not in America. We're the only ones who think, oh, it's unfair. The world isn't fair. See, this is where you need to follow rule number one. Shut the fuck up and mind your own business while people are over here. how long they've been over here, why are they over here. It's none of your business. You're in no position, man, to be an arbiter of tourists over here, man. Get out of here, guys. 1968 Truck Turner, thanks for that super sticker. Hey, Speedy00733 says, hey, Cal, I'm happy I made your live stream, mate, from Perth. Anybody's welcome in my place. I'm trying to bring people together. I'm not trying to divide them. You know, if you over here and you say, hey, well, I don't apply, when I get 62, then of course I'm going to, and I'll be here at 62 this time around, I'm going to apply for the SRV that I qualify for. Okay? Because I'll have my Social Security. Right now, I don't qualify for it. I don't have 20,000. Now, if he wants to give me 20,000, that's another story because it's only a deposit. So if you're so worried about my tourist visa, give me 20,000. Otherwise, shut your mouth. Moochie T says, Calvin, I see a lot of different men and women get along on your channel. The internet has a lot of charlatans who may just create controversy to make a buck. I personally don't watch negative content. It's true. This is what it is with this Passport Bro movement. If this was a Passport Joe movement, which is coming up now, the Passport Joes, then you're going to see what the story is. They're going to get a lot of kinder, gentler stories. But because it's black men, and you already know the reputation we got, it's easy to stir up some foolishness and controversy. Black women ain't got no problem with me leaving the country. That's a lie. I did a video on that before. Who are these women that they go to get? You see these reactionary videos. I just want to know, who are they? Are you even a real woman and do you really care? But it generates views. So now they went to the modern women and versus the Filipina, right? Okay. And you seen the arguments coming out of that, right? Then it was the black woman versus the Filipina. You see the views just shot up there, right? Now, this is the argument of all arguments. The white man versus the black man. This is like the Frazier Ali. They're going to drag this thing out, man, if we don't stop it. That's why I made this live stream today, to stop it. We don't need that foolishness over here. Leave that stuff over there. Every time you make a video like that, I'm going to come for you. And I don't have anything against you personally. But I do get something against the information y'all putting out here. It's false, man. It's fake news. Hey, 6,000 over 60. Thanks for that super chat. He said, I'm proud of you, Cal. Keeping it real again. We better our lives. And there they go again, trying to drag us down. Keep that bullshit in America. It's fact. We don't want it over here. And we're not going to tolerate it. I've been over here on and off for 14 years, going on 5 years. And then I'm supposed to just watch a video like that and let it go and say, oh, it's his opinion. No, because that's affecting me. It's unwanted. Unwarranted. We didn't do anything to warrant the extra scrutiny that now he wants the Filipino government to put on black men. Okay, wee. Honey, Booby's got a wee. Here, what's that? Booby's growing up. Well, she's been off diapers for a long time. We haven't done anything for the Filipino government or the Filipino people to fear us. All right? I'm sorry. Yeah, well, he needs to be cooked. I'm not taking the high road today. Yeah, well, he said, Chadley said, guess I missed out on what started here with Passport Bro stuff. Well, there's a video out right now. It's a white guy, okay, who has the nerve to define what the Passport Bro movement is, what it isn't, who is a Passport Bro and who isn't. And he's saying, oh, they're going to mess it up for everybody. when they come over here with that stuff. And then he goes on and talks about the immigration process. They're going to mess it up. And then pretty soon, when they leave and they can't come back, they're going to leave their families and their children behind to suffer. And I'm like, man, if this isn't a conservative bullshit all over again in the Philippines, I'm not going to deal with it. I'm not going to put up with it. They're trying to weaponize the term passport bro, which they've already did it. They're trying to make it mean something bad. Then they're sounding the alarm. It's a dog whistle now. When you hear passport bro, black man comes into your head. So now it's just like, you know, anything else black, it's bad. And I'm not going to stand for it. I'm saying it's not true. You know, very few black men even identify as a passport bro. But he claimed on his video, I saw a few of them. Well, what do they look like? If you saw a few of them, what does a passport bro look like? Man, you wrong for that. You know, we're going to mess it up. With all that weird behavior going on up there in Angeles City, Subic Bay and Longapo, all you weird fuckers up there, and you're going to say a bunch of loosely knit, a handful of loosely knit young black men, most of them here on curiosity, and then the other ones here on vacation, is going to mess it up for everybody? Man, you delusional. You are delusional, dude. And you want to come on here and debate me, man, I'll shut you down. Yeah, nothing better than buying diapers anymore. Yeah, Boobie's been off diapers for a while, man. And it's like, it's crazy how, I guess, you know, Boobie's an old baby because I was old when I had her, because we didn't have to teach her that. She just did it on her own, man. And I found that kind of strange. Now, my first daughter, we had to teach her. But then our second daughter, because they were so close in age, she saw her sister, so we didn't have to teach her. You know, but Boobie just did it on her own. And yes, saves a lot of money. Johnny S says, I love Filipinos. They're some of the most welcoming people on the planet, man. You know, to say that they're worried. See, they think that, no, it's not. It's not true. That's not true, man. Don't come on here. It's not mixed Philippine travel. No, it's not. You're wrong. It's not true. He hates on me. I ignore him. He's a troll. I ignore trolls. But when people, the guy I'm talking about, he's a responsible vlogger. He puts out good content. He has thousands of followers. But I can't let him get away with putting out that video. I can't, I'm sorry. You can't get away with that. Michael Main said, good job, Kyle. Call them haters out who hate against us. Nothing but jealousy as usual. Yeah, it's unwarranted. We haven't done anything, you know, to earn that extra scrutiny that's going to come down on us just because a handful of white men are going to sit there and think they're in a position to say whether the passport bro movement is good or bad. You're not in that position. You don't even know what the passport bro movement is. International Travel Passport Bro said, facts, facts, facts. I appreciate your live stream. My girlfriend's Filipina, and our relationship is great. Y'all act like the Philippine people are a bunch of punks, and they're just going to let anybody come over here and take over their country. No, no, no. You got a lot to learn. Okay, they will cut you in half over here and won't think, I have a second thought about it. So we don't need these expat police over here. Guys like him, you know, say, oh, yeah, you're abusing the system. Who are you to say I'm abusing the system? Where does it say I'm abusing the system? He said, because you're trying to live in the Philippines on a tourist visa. Well, hell, they gave me 3 years. Wouldn't that be considered living in the Philippines? If you live somewhere for 3 years, well, damn, that's considered living, isn't it? They make an issue out of a non-issue, man. Hey, Gerald Wilkins, he says, enjoying Sunshine Shows, Pumpkin Joe, a couple other YouTube channels. We've got a tight-knit community over here. Okay, I would never troll anybody. I'm not trolling him. Okay, I'm just disagreeing with this whole the way this whole passport bro thing is being shifted. It's just a bunch of young guys who are saying, hey, let's travel. I never traveled after the pandemic, you know, seeing their options, guys, because as a black man in America, you have to know your options because we're not the most popular people in America, guys. So I would encourage any black man, I don't care how old you are, to get outside the United States just to see what you have, what other options you have. Okay? I'm not saying leave the United States, but you got to see what your options are because you know you don't got a whole lot coming. We never get the benefit of the doubt over there. The earth is our home, not just America. So if I can come over to the Philippines and find a better situation, why not? But then when you got people saying, oh, trying to bar the door, oh, we reached our quota of black men over here. We don't want any more coming. That's bullshit because there's very few black men over here. They're making an issue out of a non-issue, guys. Very few people that's even leaving the country, black men that are leaving that country, man. Okay? So that's all I want to say. But what I want to say is the Philippines is in mourning. See, they don't need, now one thing he said that I agree with is, you know, as expats, he said, we don't need to be taking the forefront really on anything, right? And I agree with him with that. Okay, and then he turns around and takes the forefront on this issue and on the issue of immigration. Okay. But yeah, you know, I'm just saying to any black man, I don't knock that. Anybody who feels disenfranchised or feels ignored or left out, don't you think that you should try to find out what your options are? Okay, I'm from Louisville, Kentucky, 334 square miles on an earth that's 197 million square miles. About 58 million of that is land. So what makes you think that I should spend my whole entire life on the 334 square miles? Is it a wonder I'm so frustrated that I can't reach my goals? That, you know, I'm tired of recycled relationships, recycled jobs, recycled everything. I wanted something new. And I found it. You know, more than likely what you're looking for, if you can't find it on that little dot, probably somewhere out here, guys. That job you're looking for, the business, the relationship, the freedom, the happiness. It may be out here, and that's all I'm saying is look out here, guys. That's what the Navy did for me. When I went back to Louisville, Kentucky, I was never the same. They gave me the travel bug, okay? Mac Boland says, honestly, I thought Passport Bros was any man who left the U.S. to find a woman, not based on race. Race only came in the top because the woman who made videos being mad. Yeah, but see, they've made it about black men. That's what these guys are doing over here. See, that's what they're doing. And it's going to keep going until it finally just fizzes out. The only thing left is the Filipino man versus the black man, which I don't think that's ever going to happen. We respect each other. They respect us. We respect them. But who knows? That's how all of this stuff got started. That he say, she say stuff. They'll put up a video. They'll find some Filipino man somewhere to make a video talking about, oh, I hate these passport bros coming over here, taking our women, you know, with their pants sagging. And, you know, they're going to find that, guys. Trust me. It's going to happen. But we're going to be able to shut that down because we're over here. And reality and fantasy is two different things. But that's what they'll do. So that's what they did with the black woman, the modern woman, the Filipino. Filipinos don't want nothing to do with black women. Y'all know that. They get their head handed to them. They don't want no problem with, they don't want no drama with black women, man. Black women aren't even thinking about Filipino women. But somebody put that up there. They found a black woman willing enough to make a video that's going to get 500,000 views and say, look, just talk about these women over there and tell them, hey, you got our leftovers, and tell them, y'all can have them. We don't want them anyway. And that's all it takes, guys. And they're going to try to find a Filipino man to do the same thing. The problem is Filipino men, it's not in their culture. It's going to be hard to do that. That's why I say we may never get to that last bastion of, that old he say, she say stuff. So that passport bro stuff is going to fizzle out. Our attention span is not that long. It's no big deal anyway. Who cares what somebody calls themselves? Hey, Dana Milton says, hey, Cal, two men are sitting next to one another in church. Which one is the conservative? Which one is the liberal? He said, don't get your blood up. No. See, I'm going to take the low road with him. Yeah, can we just get along, man? That's all I'm saying. But I haven't been able to find out if there's a limit on how many times you can leave and come back and enter the Philippines. Okay, the Philippines is really, they're trying to attract more visitors. Okay, if they ever reach the level of a Thailand or even a Malaysia with 20 million, then maybe they may think about changing something. But if it's not broke, certainly don't break it. They've got a great system over here that generates just that express lane box that you have to check when you do the extension fee or whatever you do. Whenever you go into immigration, they're going to have express lane and then like the regular lane, right? Just that express lane generates billions of pesos every year. Just that. So imagine with all the fees and things, you think they're going to scrap that because you got a couple of entitled, white men up in Luzon who say, oh, it's not fair. I've got an SRB and he's able to live here on a tourist visa, because that's really all it is. The Filipino people, they don't have a problem with it. Those guys have a problem with it. That's all. That's all we're saying, guys. But there's not enough. Maury Iris, he says, if there are so many Afro-Americans in the Philippines, wow, I haven't heard that in a long time, that term. Why not open up an Afro shop for hairstyle and stuff? Because it would be crickets more than likely, unless you're in Manila, Angeles City, or somewhere like that. Okay? And then, you're still going to get crickets. It's just not enough to really to sustain. This is my whole argument. It's just not enough to really sustain your business or to take over the Philippines or to cause any problems. This is all clickbait, okay, that they're using this passport bro term. But they've weaponized it already. And that's why I'm warning you guys. It's going to bring unneeded and unwanted scrutiny on black men traveling around the world. We haven't done anything to earn that extra scrutiny. No, you go on my Facebook page, you'll see me. I had hair, guys. I lost my hair over here in the Philippines, and I was telling Bruce that the other day. I don't know what happened. I've got a brother 70 years old, has a big afro. I got a brother 68, has a big afro. I got a brother 60, let's see, I'm sick. I'll be 60. He'll be 63 in April. He's got a big afro. My brother that died in 2013, I had a big afro when I came over here. It stopped growing here. I'm telling you, something's missing in my diet over here, I believe. Because nowhere in my family history, nowhere on my mother's side, my father's side, is anybody bald. I'm not bald here, but I'm not going to run around looking like Bozo the Clown just to prove to people that I'm missing something over here in my diet. A good time, Grego, and this is exactly what I'm saying. He said passport bros will go away and they will create another term. That's right. It is. But, they're going to squeeze as much controversy out of it as they possibly can. But when he said, oh, I seen a few of them, that's what pissed me off. I'm like, so what does a passport bro look like, dude? You know, here's a white man. See, we don't need that, guys. You know, it's never gonna be good when you got a white Trump supporter defining what black people are doing and everything like that. Okay, it's never gonna come out good. And this guy is a Trump supporter, and I don't give a damn who you vote for. It's your business. That's right, James. That's right, James. This is what I'm saying. Let's, you know, when are we going to be judged on just the individual? Every day of my life, since I can remember, even now, well, not now because I'm in the Philippines, I've been lumped in with the Hitlers of my race. No other race has to deal with that but black people. So if one black man is bad, we're all bad. Yeah, I'm always, you know, working against this Hitler, this black Hitler my whole life. The worst of black men, I'm always being compared to. I'm tired of it, guys. Okay, that's why I came to the Philippines, to get away from that. Nobody else faces that scrutiny. We're all thugs. We're all drug dealers. We all leave our kids and we don't care nothing about them. You know, it doesn't matter that I've never missed 1 month of child support. It doesn't matter that I raised all of my kids at some point in their lives. I'm lumped in with the worst of my race, and I'm sick of it. He set off something in me with his bullshit ass video, and I'm not going to let him get away with that. That's all I'm saying. He says, I saw that video. Well, you see what I'm talking about. His black history was terrible. You know, here's a white man up there telling black history. Dude, come on. You know better. Yeah, I'm not going to look like Bozo Clown just to prove to you guys that really something happened to me over here. So I just cut it off. I cut it off in St. Carlos City because I looked at myself and I was like, wow, you know, my hair will never be the same. I might as well cut it all off. Well, when Marilyn came home, she was shocked, but she's gotten used to it now. No, I'm not. I'm not, John. I don't need that kind of views. Okay? I don't make these type of videos only when they're warranted. Look in my channel. I've got over 1,200 videos. You're wrong. Okay? And plus, this is a live stream. I get my fewest views on a live stream, dude. Okay? All right? I don't care about losing subscribers. I lose them all the time. And if I'm gonna lose a subscriber because I'm sitting here telling you the truth, then you never was a real supporter to begin with. I'm just telling you what's going on, man. They're jumping on this passport bro movement. They're weaponizing it. Okay, they're making it out to be bad. It's too early to place a judgment on it. The damn thing only been around, what, a year maybe? And all of a sudden they say, oh, the passport bros are coming. Everybody, you know, lock your doors, lock your women down, you know. Yeah. Right. Yeah, you can't own a business. You can't own a business. You need to we had the guy on here. One of the things you can't do, you're a permanent resident. It's the same as when you get a green card in America. You can work. Yeah, something's missing, guys, okay? Yeah, it's not coming back. He said, I notice my skin is much brighter and clearer when I'm in Thailand than when I'm in the Philippines. Well, I don't know. I just know that something happened to me, guys. Well, you know, the guy cut me. Okay, my line is normally here. That really started the decline, okay? My hairline used to be here. I went to Dumageddon. He cut it all the way back here, okay? Now, what made me mad was my wife was with me. And I told her when I went in, I said, look, if you see this man going too far back, because I always tell him, look, don't either. I tell them don't, because they're not good at lines in the front here. You know, because Filipinos, they got bangs. So I said, look, if you see him going too far back, stop him. But she's on that damn phone, right? So then when he's finished, and I look at her, I'm saying, you know, is it okay? Because she didn't have a mirror. She said, yeah, it's okay. But then I get to Jollibee, and me and my son were eating burgers. I look in my reflection in the mirror. Man, I about died, man. How about that, dude? I was like, oh, I was mad at her. Like, I told you. I don't think she would have told the damn barber anyway, because you know they're gonna respect the men over here. They're not, I don't care if you're a barber, a pedicab driver, Filipino women, they're not gonna say anything to the men over here, right? So I don't think she would have stopped him anyway, but that started the decline. My hair was never gonna grow back from here, and he did it with a straight razor. So you know it was nothing, yeah. He said I had a coworker who had that bozo look with his hair. I just remember that. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Promise you, man. Because yeah. He said, yeah, barber with no mirror. But I could have killed her. I was like, I told you if he goes back too far to stop him. So then, you know, I never, even me, I tried to stretch my hair from here all the way to here. It just wasn't looking right. And I just said, the hell with it, man, you know, because, you know, we can't stretch our hair like that. You know, it's like I had a boss, a white guy, he was a boss. He was my boss at Brown and Williamson. Well, he could take one strand of hair and wrap it all around his head and cover his bald spot. Well, I was trying to do that. I was trying to brush it and stretch it. It never would come no further than this. And it just looked terrible, man. So I went on, cut it all off, and I'm happy with it now. Yeah. He said, both my brothers are bald. He said, use a derma roller. It's too late. Yeah. He said, Raj and Bing of Bingala Travels. Bingala Travels said, the movies, television shows, and advertisements have shown these images for years. Thugs, drug dealers, fools, and more. I've always hated it. Cosby tried to change that media image. Oh my God, you got me crying over it. No, it's true, man. I tried everything, man, but it wasn't coming back. So what I did was, but I'm gonna tell you, before that happened, I had a great barber in Cebu, but he took a job with, and you can't blame me. He took a job in New Zealand. I showed up at what's the name of it? Bruno's. Okay, I mean he was great. I mean they'll give you a fade. You think you just come out of the barbershop in America. I mean he really, and he cut my hair so much. He knew exactly where my line was. It just looked like but then he'd give me a massage and everything for about $6. But when he left, man, oh my God, that was trouble. Oh yeah, if he did that in the States, man, that would be a fight. All I could do, believe it or not, man, I wanted to walk home back to the hotel like this, but I couldn't. And remember, we're in the Philippines; they really don't care. You know, that's why I love it over here. No one was looking at me and like, look at this fool's hair, his hairline. He said, never ever go to a barbershop that doesn't have a mirror. I was just so, you know, I was just so desperate, man. But Michael, you would think I was, but really not, because he's over here with you know, the blade, and I'm just sitting there really like, yeah, I'm just so glad to have a haircut. Oh, I could have killed that woman, man. He said, yeah, I tried to, oh man, I tried my best to get everything, but it wasn't working, man. Yeah, it'll be a big fight. He said, you can do like my homie and get a tattoo hairline. See, I didn't know nothing about that, man. I was so desperate, I probably would have did that. But when you go back here, you see the top of my head, basically. My line was this far back, guys. I mean, and, you know, the Filipino guy, he was looking at me like it was normal. He wants his money. Okay? He never said, you know, he never looked at it like, dude, you know you messed me up. He didn't look at me like that because I would have, you know, I would have caught that. I was looking for my wife, okay? I was looking at her reaction, and she just looked at me like nothing was wrong. So I walked out of there, my chest poked out, you know, I got a good fade, right? I walked all the way, maybe 2 or 3 blocks, right? Get to Jollibee, order, the whole time people watching my head like that. I'm thinking I'm looking good, get all of that, go sit down. The minute I take the bite, I look over at my reflection, and man, I lost my appetite, man. I'm telling you, man, I lost my appetite. And hey, thanks, man. I'm going to get off here because I've got to go to the store. I've been buying Curly and Shirley. Shirley's the little girl dog. I buy them that soup chicken at Save More. It's only like 132 pesos for a kilo. And man, they eat good now because that dog food, they won't eat it. And it's 79 pesos for the can. So I was because you know I like the wings here. I love them. And I looked at those soup chicken. I was like, well, hell, 132 for, you know, a kilo is 2.5 pounds. I said, give me a kilo of that, man. They love it. Marilyn, she boils it and, you know, and just puts it out there, man. And they're getting big. But yeah, guys, I didn't mean to offend anybody today. I know I went on a rant, but I think it's important that we address that kind of stuff, man. I'm a black man over here in the Philippines, and it's just not true. I want to clear the minefield because I don't want to discourage anybody from coming over here. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to discourage you from coming over here. And so that's all I'm doing. And if they, yeah, I gave him a tip. I promise you I did, because remember, it was only 50 pesos. So I think I gave him like 150. So he was happy. But he knew he messed me up. Yeah, that was a fade away. Yeah. No, really, man. I'm serious. Y'all know, I promise you, if you look at my family, man, I'm as shocked as anybody. And I told Bruce that. I'm as shocked as anybody that I'm bald. My kids could not believe it. I mean, they're still shocked. When I finally do go home to visit my friends and family, they're not gonna believe it, man. Yeah, it never grew back. But you know, if you live up in, hey, thank Luis. And Luis came and I met him in Cebu. He's a great guy. I'll be glad when you get back, man. You know, he did a noble thing. I think his cousin got sick and he went home to help him in California. He said he's coming back. He's a great guy. He's been on my channel for a long, long time. I was finally able to meet him. I actually got an Airbnb in the same place he did because I just wanted to kind of point him in the right direction. He's not black, by the way. He's Hispanic. He said, "No, man, don't go. I just got here. It's better than anything on TV." I apologize, guys, but I gotta go, man. And you know, I want to apologize if I offended anybody with that rant, man, I think it was needed. You know, I think they're overblowing this passport bro thing, guys. It's too early to pass judgment on these young guys. A lot of them over here just out of curiosity. They're not making any noise over here, man. Okay? Hey, thank you, King Arthur, for that super chat. Say your next haircut on me. When Merlin does it now, you know, they're not doing anything to give black men a bad name. All this stuff is being made up. It's being generated for views. And if these videos just influence one person the wrong way, everybody he comes in contact with over here, it's gonna be like a domino effect. And you don't need that. Trust me, man. I'm not gonna hurt you over here. I don't want anything you got. All I want is for you to be happy, man. And above all things, safe when you get over here. But I don't want anything you got. I'm happy with what I've got. But I think we need to clear the air, man, with this foolishness. And he said, for the 1968 Chuck Turner for the super chase, said for the fade. But really, Filipinos are good barbers, man. Just bring you some land chalk with you, and and that's the only problem you're gonna have in the land. And just draw land right here and say, hey, look, man, go on that land. See, that's what I should have did, but I couldn't find any chalk, any land chalk over here. I was going to take if I could have had some damn just regular chalk, because I still have my hair right now, man. And then, don't feel bad if you come over here initially and you can't afford an SRV. The Filipino government, they designed their immigration policy the way it is for a reason. They want to attract people over here. They're not pushing people away. They know more about what they're trying to do than me or any, privileged foreigner up there. And remember, you're only going to get those type of videos from Americans. Nobody else cares, man. Some of the best guys who's ever come to visit me, and the funniest, by the way, are from Australia and from England. They never have the hang-ups that we have in America. I mean, we're the only ones that's going to make those type of videos, guys. That's going to say, hey, you're abusing the system. What system? What are you talking about? They giving me 3 years to live here. I don't have to leave. So how you tell me I'm abusing? Yeah, if I don't pay my extension fees, if I don't follow the laws and everything like that. But, y'all overblowing that stuff. Robert Dame says, you probably never see me without a baseball cap on. I wore those even when I had hair. Yeah, Geechee Line says, T&D, plenty of channels with that Austin average man. Yeah, I'm just saying, guys, give these brothers the benefit of the doubt, man. It's too early to pass judgment. Guys aren't doing anything to us, man. So, yeah, guys, thank y'all for the super chat, super stickers, the thumbs up. Share this video, man, to let guys know it's okay if you're a passport bro to come to the Philippines. The government has no problems with you. Just don't violate the rights of Filipinos or your fellow man over here, and don't break the law. But yeah, you're welcome over here, man, like anybody else. You're not going to mess it up for everybody. It's so few of them, guys. So take care, everybody. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Because the guy told me, he said, Cal, let's get away from that COVID. And he's right. He hit me over the head with that. He said, man, let's move on from COVID. So I'm saying stay healthy. And I'll see you next time.